Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. This is the first of 5 steps which are going to help you to really embed impact in your research. We're going to be working through each of these steps in real time so that you've got time to actually implement these things in your work and come back and reflect on that before moving on to the next step. The first of these steps is to take a few steps back actually from your overall research plan and to really try and envision ultimately what it is that you would like to change in the real world as a result of the research that you are doing. So by the end of this step, you should have a very clear idea of exactly what it is that you want to do differently, exactly what impact you want your research to have on the world. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to work through a bunch of questions which will hopefully draw out your impact. You might be sitting there thinking, well, I have no idea what my impact could be. The kind of research that I do just isn't applied. There's no way this is going to work for me. Don't worry. We're going to walk you slowly through this process so that you can begin to identify what might be that impact, either in the immediate future or perhaps in the far distant future. It doesn't matter. The next step is going to be thinking about, well, if these might be the kinds of impacts I could have, well, what is the most important one? What is my core impact goal going to be? And I'm going to ask you to reflect quite deeply on, why is it important to you? What is it that has led you to decide that this is going to be my priority? And what does that say about you and your values and your beliefs and what might underpin your motive to engage in impact? And finally, then we're going to think about how you can take that core goal and divide it up into a series of much more manageable and perhaps less intimidating little steps that you can do in the near term to make your impact actually become tangible and real. So when you finish watching this video, scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll find a bunch of tasks. The first of these tasks is to read through the text and look at the first 5 questions that I've developed to try and gradually walk you through the process of working out what your impact might be. The second task is then to look through these ideas and choose one that is of particular importance to you for whatever reason, and think about why it's important and be able to explain its importance to you. Now choose carefully because we're going to be revisiting this and using this particular core impact goal throughout each of the following steps. And then finally I want you to think about some small step that you could take already in the next 6 months, say. I think it's very easy to think of very grand and slightly imposing ideas that we could do in 5 or 10 years from now that might not feel that achievable, that realistic, quite intimidating. And so what I want you to do is to think of some small, easy step that it doesn't feel too intimidating, that is directly linked to your core goal, that will take you significantly further forwards towards that ultimate aim. So see how you get on. I'm looking forward to hearing how things go, and I'll see you here for step 2.